Alright, hi guys. I just wanted to do a quick look at the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring card deck by King's Wild Project. Just trying to, get people to see what these are like. I have only briefly looked through them just to make sure everything was fine and to take a picture for the thumbnail, of course. Other than that, I haven't really taken a close look at any of the art. I tried to kind of avoid looking too close at the photos because, didn't want to spoil anything per se. King's Wild Project, pretty big fan of them. They did the I have their Mistborn deck, which I did an unboxing video for that as well to take a closer look at those. And I also have their Wizard of Oz deck, which is pretty spiff. So, if you're in the market for some new cards, I highly recommend checking out King's Wild Project. They have loads of awesome options. So they launched this Kickstarter for Lord of the Rings, basically deck 1, because they have been given the rights to make, or they've obtained rights to make a Two Towers deck, a Return of the King deck, and also I believe a Hobbit deck, so that'll be kind of fun. And also welcome to the channel. Please like this video and subscribe. If you like seeing nerdy stuff and hearing our thoughts on them. So let's go ahead and check out what came in the box. So off the bat, they have this one at the top, which I believe it's supposed to be, could be Gimli. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be Gimli. And on the back it says, The Two Towers, the second playing card project illustrated by Jackson Robinson, coming to Kickstarter in spring of 2023. There's a little QR code on it. Probably won't be able to scan this off of anything. So I did follow this and was able to sign up for notifications to be notified when they have more information about the Kickstarter for the Two Towers deck in spring of 2023. So let's go ahead and look at the actual deck. So already, I really like their boxes. You've got, some raised, kind of shiny UV stuff going on here. It says The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, Luxury Playing Cards, illustrated by Jackson Robinson. You've got Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. On the bottom, it's all their information. So kingswildproject.com. King's Wild Project right there. And on the back, this is actually the art that is on the back of every card. You can see that it is indeed the One Ring, and probably what's supposed to be similar to the Eye of Sauron in the center of it. And then you got your 4 cardinal points, represented by elven runes. So go ahead and open it up, and it feels really great. It's matte with that raised UV shininess going on. Let's go ahead and open it up. And one thing I love about the insides of their boxes is the insides of their boxes are not just these boring, white fill. This one, I believe, is a map of Middle-earth. Yeah, really cool stuff in there. And it's all well printed. You can tell, they didn't go in with 32 dots per inch or whatever. There's even some on this art, it's raised in various parts, so around the ivy and everything. Let's see here. So, on the back, so we have one of these cards that has the art that is on the back of every card, but also some information that tells you who the characters are. In the spades, we have the king, queen, and jack are Gandalf, Galadriel, and Frodo. In the hearts is Strider, Arwen, and Samwise. In the clubs section is Tom Bombadil, Goldberry, and Legolas. And in the diamonds, it is Boromir, Luthien, and Glorfindel. There seems to be one extra card that just is the backs of the cards, front and back, so it's kind of neat. This one will probably actually go on display. I make card displays, so I'll probably put this one in there, and I'm planning to have any cards that I think are especially kind of nifty, I'm going to be putting in that display. I always really like the quality of these cards as well. Everything slides real easy, but it's not slippery. It just, it slides like a good deck should, and everything, is pretty standard quality. This is the standard deck, as opposed to like some of their fancier decks that have like gold foil on the edges and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the more key art cards. So we've got the Jackson interpretation. Seems more like the Jackson interpretation of a Balrog. It's pretty cool. And then I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be Bilbo at his writing desk, writing his stories. So let's see here, we've got... Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't have to go through that. So we have the Ace of Spades, which has the ring on it. It says Fellowship of the Ring. Playing cards illustrated by Jackson Robinson. You got Elven script kind of flowing all around. It may be the same Elven script that's on the ring. And each of the number cards, they actually all have different backgrounds. So this is kind of cool. I wonder if you couldn't end up almost putting the whole map together. So you've got in the spades, you've got 2 and 3 and all of that. But each one actually has a different background, so you can especially see it between 2 and 3. Different parts of the map in its background. And then, let's see here, just to make sure I am saying these right, even though it seems pretty obvious. So we've got Frodo, Galadriel, and Gandalf. So here's the Frodo art. It's pretty nice. He's got the ring. He's got typical kind of Hobbit attire. Galadriel. You can find nice pictures of these on their website as well. There are some good still images of each of these. But I just wanted to take a look because I am a Lord of the Rings fan. I'm not somebody who's super knowledgeable about a lot of it, but I am a fan. I love fantasy. This one is the Staff of Gandalf the Grey, is your Ace of Diamonds, and it looks very cool. Another thing that was kind of cool about these cards is that we've got, I believe these are the summer cards. And then yeah, okay. And then fall. So it's got, more like the falling leaves and that kind of stuff. Oh. Spades may actually be winter because it's got like pine boughs and stuff. So yeah, I showed you the staff, Gandalf the Grey. And then we're in diamonds right now. So we've got Glorfindel as the Jack, Luthien as the Queen, and Boromir as the King. And Boromir, stuffed with his arrows. and Luthien, and Glorfindel. Very neat. I think the diamonds is actually my favorite this time. Usually it's spades. Spades art is often better. It seems to be the key suite that people focus on. Alright, and in the clubs we have the Elisar. Very cool looking. I like the gem. And then we have, if I remember right, we have Legolas as the Jack, Goldberry as the Queen, and Tom Bombadil as the King. So Legolas, very typical Legolas look there. Except for the giant feather, that's kind of new. I believe clubs is going to be your spring deck because it's got the flowers. I kind of associate spring with growing flowers. And then we have the hearts. Let me put these. So we've got Sting, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the summer deck. So I like this interpretation of Sting. It actually kind of looks like it's going through a heart. This kind of floral motif in the centers, almost like a heart. And we have Samwise Gamgee as the Jack, Arwen as the Queen, and Aragorn Strider as the King. So I believe he's called Strider right now because in the first movie that's more what he's known as. First book, my apologies. Here's Arwen, daughter of Elrond, brother of Elros, and then Strider. Before he really kind of comes out and people learn more about who he is and how he fits into it. I think this is a really nice deck. I think this will actually end up being the deck that I kind of just use in general. I'm not going to be using like my Mistborn deck because it's it's got like a lot more foil on it and I really don't want to ruin that, so I tend to have that one more on display. But yeah, very solid deck, looks great. Anybody who's a fan of Lord of the Rings and, you know, likes to collect stuff, I think you would really like this deck. Yeah, that's really all I wanted to do, is just take a first look at it, let you know my general impressions. Everything's just as good as it's been in every other deck. If you enjoyed this video for some reason, please give it a like, and if you want to see more unboxings or just the general chit-chat that my husband and I have, you know, subscribe to our channel and ring that bell. Right now we have a coffee, if you're interested in that. But, you know, just thanks for watching.